All right, good morning. We having a little bit of computer issues that have nothing to do with us. Finally.
Sure.
Oh, there's all kinds of computer issues happening all over the place.
Yeah, what's up with that?
They had a malware issue last night. It wasn't a cyber attack. It was just a glitch in the malware.
They're making that perfectly clear.
Yes.
It's not a
What's
cyber-
that?
That it's not a cyber attack.
Yeah, well, that's coming
They don't
next.
want
They're making it so clear that, it's making us wonder, are they really telling us the truth?
I know. They're really
Yeah.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here,
No,
man.
Don't look behind the curtain.
So good morning, Paul. Good morning, Rich Wasselick.
What
Wow, look at this. I thought you were out of here. I thought you were
we're leaving
going
today.
away.
We're leaving today.
Gotcha.
The house will be manned, though.
Gotcha. And then there's
Manned or
Wayne.
dogged.
Yes, both.
And then there's Wayne.
It was very
I'm getting
festive
to be-
American flag
Yeah,
show.
I'm getting to be a regular on this show almost every day.
You been on here
Yeah.
before?
I'm looking for my overtime check. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's in the
I'm
mail.
so sorry about that. I'm so sorry about it. I got to work double and triple time today because I have a young adult telling me that they don't feel they need to pay for anything. So if anybody would like to send donations to the Keep Cameron Well Fund,
Well, maybe you need to start doing double headers at the CU.
I'll give you
something
his-
like that.
yeah, I'll give you his Venmo,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
because life doesn't change.
Nope.
Life doesn't change.
Yeah, I heard the Red Sox are looking for somebody to do some camera work.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's another job for you.
There you go.
You can leave one, go to the other.
I just had a conversation with the kid this
You
morning.
need
I was like,
camera people, don't you?
Huh?
You need camera people. right?
always.
There you go.
So
Work it off.
No, that would cut into his Thursday, Friday, and Saturday off.
Oh,
So
that's what I have off.
look, I mean,
After
I don't
30
know
years.
when I was that age, and you guys tell me you were in the military, were you not?
Yeah.
Okay. I always was looking to get extra hours, do this, that,
Yeah.
make sure I had money in my pocket.
Always.
Because I had things I had to pay. I had to pay rent at my house. I had to help pay for oil, and stuff like that. It wasn't a lot, but it was still it was something that I was expected to pay. I think we probably all, well, not Paul, Mr. Golden Thumb here. Mr.
This fleet of cars.
You have free time, you look for work.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not complaining. I get it. I mean, there's, the kid's the kid, but, he's got to understand that there are things that change in this world. And I told him this morning, I said, well, if you think you can get a better deal somewhere else,
Yeah.
you
You're not
he
a spot
knows
to make threats, right?
yeah.
Well, what are you going to
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not going to do it.
Well, more room in the house.
Yeah.
Be quieter.
Yeah. Man shed, she shed.
He says, then I get the word, what are you going to do when we move out? Why'd you buy the house? I'm like, what? Really? God, we did it for 2 years before you paid a dime. All of a sudden,
Well,
it's
less
probably,
electricity usage means you save money.
yeah. So I told him, I said, our bills will go down. I said, we won't have as much oil usage. We won't have as
Food.
much electricity usage.
Food bills. Yeah.
Right. Well, he does pay a lot of his own food. So I gotta say that.
That you know.
No, he does.
No, I
He
mean,
does.
you don't hear the cabinets closing in the middle of the night like we do.
You know,
Oh, no. He doesn't buy all his food. No.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
How many times have you
no.
brought leftovers home, Rich, and then
Oh,
you
yeah.
get up the next day? They're gone.
Yeah, where's my dinner?
Oh, yeah.
Where's my dinner for work?
I brought home like something. If I've gone out to eat with friends or something like that,
Mhm.
and I brought my, I'm gonna have this for lunch tomorrow.
Yeah.
Somebody's eating it for breakfast before I get up. I'm like,
Yeah.
That's right.
so
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah, he's got
It's-
some
it's-
grown boys in there.
yep. Just and he's not the only one. I mean, there are others, that
All
have
of them.
this. Yeah, that have this attitude. I did it first, and I quickly found out that I should not.
I said it takes time.
It does. So,
Yeah.
Who's running for president? That's what I want to know today.
Well, I know Trump is. He's the
Right,
all right,
Republican
so-
candidate, but you're asking about who's going to be the candidate.
on the
for
Democratic ticket,
Democrats.
right?
Yeah.
Right, because it came out 2 days ago or 3 days ago in the press that President Biden may not run due to health issues.
Wait a minute. What are you telling me? That he's not healthy? He's got problems with his health?
He's not well,
Oh my word!
apparently.
I don't know. Everything's been fine up to now. It's the first I heard about it.
He has COVID again.
Yeah, news break.
Oh, he has COVID, so he can't run because he's got COVID.
No.
I guess he didn't get his booster.
I thought COVID went away after a while.
It does, but
No, weird.
but no, I mean that's
No,
apparently.
I heard the same thing last night, but I haven't heard it from reliable sources.
And that's why it took him a half an hour to get up the steps to the
Yeah.
plane the other day.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, he's out of breath. He's got COVID. You know?
yeah.
He's the 81-year-old president of the United States. Give the man a break.
My kids don't run for president.
Listen.
You can't do it.
We
You
know
won't
he's
run.
got health issues. We know he shouldn't be running, and it's been going on for a long, long time. This is nothing new, and the Democrats are really got a mess.
Well,
Figure out what they're going to do.
okay. Well, let's not be the Republican talk show. I mean,
No,
because-
this is everywhere. This isn't
Just
just
the Democrats are
It's
saying that too.
everywhere. The Democrats are saying, they're in a.
I'm really curious on
It
who,
just popped up on my phone. 23rd Congressman, Democrat
Yeah.
Congressman told him not to run just now.
Oh, it's a
No,
groundswell.
they're saying the 23rd.
Yeah.
Yeah, 23rd one just popped up on my phone.
The 23rd Democrat.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a groundswell. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to run.
No, I don't think so either.
So does that mean Kamala Harris is going to run?
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Some
Okay,
people are
you
calling
say
for-
no. He
I
says
see-
I
yes.
don't
Some-
think she'll get the
Some
support.
of their constituents are calling for
Oh,
a
they're
mini
saying,
primary.
they say she's got a chance to beat him.
I don't think so.
That's
But
what they're
she got-
saying. I'm
she
just
got to be-
telling you.
no,
what
she
I
got to
Well,
heard.
these
somebody else.
naysayers are the same sayers as there's nothing wrong with Biden. So there you
I
go.
don't know.
I don't think Kamala Harris.
I think she
is
might
going to.
try, but I don't think.
How they're going to get? Well, they could do that at the nomination. They could nominate.
What about Newsom?
No,
Oh, let's hope not.
no.
Hey, whoa,
No.
no, hold on. Like I said, let's not be the Republican talk show. Okay, I mean,
Look what
I
he's
think
done to
the
California.
Democrats are not saying that.
I think the Democrats
Yeah.
are going to put out the dudes in California.
It's just scary because
Okay.
what he did in
Well, do you
California.
think they think that Trump is scary?
Oh yeah, of course they do.
Well, yeah, of course,
All right.
everybody
That's
thinks.
my
But
point.
I just think that we've seen what happened in California, and
People
that-
are scooting out of there. big
It
time.
just scares me because he's the one
Yeah.
that, people on the streets.
Crime
doesn't
rate
do
in
anything,
California is
crime rate
awful.
stuff.
Right.
That's the part that's
They're
scary.
forcing everybody to buy electric cars.
See, my point is that we're sitting here and I bring up a Democratic candidate and you're like, no. But
the Democrats.
you know how many people on the Democrats are saying Trump? No. It's the same
No, I
thing.
think-
We got to
If you're on
kind
the
of
Democratic side, I think they're looking at the California guy. That's number one so far.
Yeah, well,
okay.
and but
That's
the thing
my
he got
own-
me a week
No,
ago,
I heard the
they
governor-
ran poll numbers for him, and they were worse than Kamala Harris.
I heard the governor of Michigan,
Whitmer?
Who's he?
Whitmer.
Yeah,
That's Whitmer.
Never heard of him.
She.
yeah. I guess we'll find out come.
There's some talk about having a mini primary to determine,
Yeah.
who the next best candidate would be.
I
I thought people would have something to say in the chat room.
I
They
think
have
they're gonna
nothing
have to
to
have a
say.
primary.
I think so.
Well,
I mean,
Nobody, they don't have anything to say about
I
this.
think because
Scared.
we live in this area.
What does that have to do with anything?
I think everybody in this area is kind of on the red side. It's been a proven fact.
Well, Connecticut is. Connecticut
But
is
yeah, but we
blue
probably
state.
got
Is
local
blue.
people here.
Connecticut's blue.
overall.
Well,
overall because of 4 towns. That's it. Out of the 169 towns in Connecticut, over 120 voted Republican. The thing is we can't win
no,
a Republican race when Hartford is voting 90% Democrat.
Yeah.
Lamont got 91% of the vote in East Hartford.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you have Hartford, Bridgeport, Danbury, and New Haven,
Yeah.
those are more votes right there than anywhere else.
Yeah.
And money talks. That's where all the
Yeah.
money
Yeah.
goes.
And
Exactly.
that's what kind of scares you because we're voting for president. Is it really going to make a difference?
No.
Because let's face it, all electoral votes are going to come out on the blue side because of the.
California's huge. It's one of the
Yeah.
biggest states, right?
So, that's
California,
why
New
you
York.
sit back and you say,
Yeah.
I'm voting, but what? What am I voting for? It's not going to
That's what a
count.
lot of people think. But
What do you think about the whole electoral college voting system? Do
think
you
it had
think
its
that's
pro-
archaic, or do you think it
I
should
think it
continue?
had its point in the day when you had
Mhm.
back in the 1700s, but today I don't think it's.
So here's
No.
the thing.
Okay.
If you remember the Bush-Gore election,
Mhm.
Bush won the electoral vote and Gore won
The popular
the
vote.
popular vote.
Right.
And the Democrats were trying to change that then because they lost it.
Yeah.
Right. So recently, when Trump won the electoral vote, right,
Okay.
again, barely over Hillary or whatever it was,
Yep.
right? Once again, but this time it was, this last election, whether people think it was fixed or not, it just brings a lot of questions, so it's why are we changing the laws that have worked for hundreds and hundreds of years? I know Rich said it's archaic and all like that, but they go by whatever
Go by your
population
and the number. You
and
get a
population.
representative based on the
Yep.
number of your population.
right. So that's all based on that.
But they don't necessarily have to vote the way the popular vote came out. That's what
Yeah.
I don't agree with. I think they should vote the way the popular vote comes out, and they're not required to, unfortunately.
It kind of scares you because is it going to be fair? We don't know. Is it going to be a fair vote?
And run a test, find out.
I mean,
Yeah.
Well, that's the biggest thing, right? Make sure it's clean.
Yeah.
I
Make
mean,
sure we
I
got
think
nobody
I think
dumping
that-
bags of
I-
votes in a
In
ballot
Connecticut
box.
they try to do that.
Middle of the night.
However, there was some problems down in
But Connecticut does, I think, every vote by popular vote except for the presidential race. Because
Yeah.
you're nationally,
Yeah.
your electoral votes have to go up to wherever they go. You counted, but I think we have 2 in Connecticut, right? 2 votes, something like that.
Yeah. And then I guess they're trying to put into law the if you the migrants coming in here, they're going to give them they have a license, they're going to be able to vote. You don't have to be a U.S. citizen.
Well, they're trying.
They're
Thought
trying
the
to do that, and I don't
Constitution
know
said
whether or
you
not
had
that's
to.
going to make
You had
it
to be
through,
an
but-
American citizen to vote.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
think our Constitution says that you have to be. So.
Well, just because that doesn't mean
Yeah,
anything.
I
don't
guess
try
it's
to
not
change
law
it.
anymore. Yeah.
Peggy says, I hope she does. And that's talking about one of the female Democratic candidates.
Yeah.
Is that Whitmer?
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
Whitmer or Kamala,
I don't think Kamala would win.
Taylor Swift. I don't know.
I think if they vote Kamala,
I don't think Kamala
if
would
Kamala
win.
Harris gets in, not because she's a woman or anything else.
I know, I'm not
because
looking
she
at that.
Can't even talk in a complete sentence.
I think that's what a lot of people realize is you can't talk.
Well,
Yeah.
she also was the Attorney General of California, and look at the mess that California was in
Yeah.
when she was Attorney General
Yeah.
with criminal law and everything else.
They
Yeah, I don't think
investigated
she's-
her for just letting people go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't think she's,
strike 2.
She was supposed to take care of the immigrant issue, and at the border, that was
Yeah.
like her biggest job, and done nothing there.
No.
She's never even been to the border.
So
right?
she has no foreign policy experience.
Nothing.
She doesn't even know where the border is.
So
Foreign policy. So do you think J.D. Vance does?
no, but at least he's been in foreign countries as a Marine.
I think he'll know what foreign policy probably is. I mean, without going.
Kathy the Queen Wasselick says, I think people are tired of all the political crap, which I think it's perpetual. I
Yeah.
think that's always, it's always in the forefront
Yeah.
of
Yep.
everything. So I think that's a given. Democratic Daryl Nadu.
He's Democrat? I didn't know.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes.
I
Is he?
couldn't
And I
tell.
don't really care. I just do that to
Yeah.
bust his chops. But
I never realized that.
Daryl from the Healthy Computer, School Street, Jewett City. Go get yourself a virus. It will never
He should
be a fair election as long as someone keeps screaming it was fake.
Well, then.
Sounds like a Saturday night with your woman, huh? There.
He's
Oh,
right.
oh! I was just faking. Don't worry
What time
about
is
it.
it?
What time is it? I agree that.
He's doing that behind your back.
Looking at the watch.
I agree with that.
I
Statement.
got a notification.
I agree with that statement, except that a lot of elections have been proven to have been fixed. So
Yeah.
Oh, look at Bridgeport.
yeah,
That's a mess down there. So.
Yep.
So
So we are getting some comments finally.
probably just started working.
it's usually like 10 minutes after you
You
get
got to
on
give
the
him
air.
something to talk about.
Yeah, got to get them fired up.
Larry Boston.
Oh, he's in Ireland.
Time for term limits on all of these offices: Congress, Senate, Supreme Court. They're
They
all out
are.
of
He's
touch.
trying to
Yeah.
do the Supreme Court.
We're all out of touch with the
Of
average
course they are,
American.
because they're leaning conservative.
Yeah. So
Even
they
though
are
some
trying
of
to
the
do term
voting has
limits.
been like 8-1 or
Yeah, they're
whatever.
trying to do term
The
limits.
Supreme
now.
Court, you're gonna have a problem with.
Huh?
The Supreme Court, you'll have a problem with doing term limits. There's a
Because-
reason they have
Because they'll vote it out.
lifelong. No, there's a reason they have lifelong terms,
There should be.
and that's because of the work they do.
Okay.
That's all. But everything else, yeah, definitely.
I think they should. I mean, come on. How many you
did it
got?
to the president.
You got these representatives, state reps, and I mean not state, but federal reps and senators have been in there for 50, 60 years. They're too freaking old.
Yeah, the only problem you'll have with term limits on them is there's going to be people are hard pressed to take their positions. But I think you may see the flip flop if you give them term limits and people have a chance to run and actually win.
Mhm.
Then you'll probably see people willing to do the job. Right now, you got to raise millions of dollars just to get it to the federal level. It's kind of ridiculous.
We got to get rid of the old guard that have been dug in like ticks and
Yeah.
bought and paid for by all these
Yeah.
companies and corporations and pushing their agendas and stuff.
They
We need
should-
people that are free thinking and thinking about America.
Yeah. They should
That's
do
what we
is
need.
stop making financial requirements on
Yep.
running for office. That would be a nice benefit.
Yeah, 90-year-old senators have really come on, stop it.
I was listening last night, and they were saying one of the first things you hear from the parties, both Republican and Democrat, when you run for office, is how much money are you going to raise for us?
Mm-hmm.
Not what are you going to do? What's your skill level? What do you know? What can you help us with? It's how much money are you going to raise for us?
Making them all millionaires.
Yeah.
All right, so Daryl, let's see, I got to type his name in here.
He should be busy with all this virus network problems.
So you really don't give Kamala enough credit. She's a very strong and intelligent woman. That's because you're single, Daryl, and you think any woman is strong and intelligent right now. She would like to be the likely nominee. She has been to all the foreign nations as a VP. To say she would not be competition for Trump would be a serious oversight. Perhaps it is. But I think we've also seen 4 years of Kamala. And
I have seen absolutely nothing.
Kamala.
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything.
I've seen her giggle a lot. That's about it.
Look, I would.
Her
wouldn't.
nickname is Giggles.
I think
yes.
we should just. I was telling my friend Peggy last night. We should just create an AI character and put it in.
Well, I'm just going to disagree with you, Daryl. I
That's
have
all.
not been impressed, but
I would have no problem with Michelle Obama. It's not going to happen.
The only problem I have with Michelle Obama was her husband was just more useless than Harris.
Okay.
And caused more
Well-
issues in this country. He absolutely destroyed the country by causing so much hate and discontent.
he was divisive.
She hated the country.
Yeah, and she still does.
She actually said she hated this country.
And she still does. So actually, nope, not
Who's that?
Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Both of them were not big fans of America.
They flat out said it. Yeah, they caused. Actually, I think he was the most divisive president I've ever seen in my life.
Daryl goes on and says Democrats vote for policies over the person. We don't idolize our candidates.
Wow, that's not a fact. It's
Well,
an opinion.
You're saying that I'm voting for Trump because I love Trump. I'm not a big Trump fan. I don't really care for the guy that much, but I like his policies. He wants to fix the economy, which is shit right now, and he wants to build the military back up because right now we got the military's at its weakest it's ever been in many, many years.
The VP is not the policymaker. He's going ham. They have the ear of the president and cover when they are not around. Like funerals.
Like 4 years.
I think
You're brutal, Rich. I
So,
swear.
so Kamala's been listening to Jill for the last 4 years,
I don't
basically.
No, I mean he is right about that.
Dr. Jill.
Dr. Jill,
Biden.
I'll give him-
Dr.
I'll
Jill.
give him that. He is right about that. They don't make policy. However, they should be able to talk. They
exactly.
should be able to know facts. They should be able to know where parts of the country are.
I think
I mean,
that's
it's-
the issue is that she's had 4 years to show people that she can speak in front. Because one of the things you need to do as a president, you need to be able to speak out there and shoot from the hip.
Right.
You got to be able to talk intelligently.
Yep.
Unfortunately, over these last 3.5 years here, when she speaks, I mean, people go, "Oh my God, what's she going to say next?" That's what's happening with Biden right now because nobody's going to know what he's going to
Right.
say.
And part of the vice president's job is to support and back up the president. And I think she's done nothing to help him.
So, I mean, I think
Okay.
if she had talked
Oh,
intelligently
she's
over the
been
next,
supporting him. He's great, this and that.
Hold on a second. I'm sorry. What the heck happened here? All right. Daryl, I think you just need to come across the street, because you're typing a lot, and you dropped the last 12 comments and
Seems
got
like you
him-
pushed the button here.
got him buttered up a little bit. He says the economy in the military is the strongest it has been.
Really?
I disagree.
I disagree.
Big on that. Inflation is still a main issue, yes, but the economy is related to the stock market, and there should be no complaints.
Stock market runs on how the economy is.
It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
I
But I know plenty of military people, and every single one of them says the military is the worst shape it's been in ever since World War II.
I don't agree with that. All right, Daryl, show me the numbers. He goes, numbers.
Well, they're actually trying to bring back people in their 70s that have retired from the military because they can't have the military in full force.
What about 10,000 people a day coming across the border?
Yeah.
The borders were closed.
Put them in boot camp.
Okay.
I'll support that. Put them in boot camp, have them do 6 years in the military, and then give them their card.
Okay.
Countries out
Amen.
there, minimum of 2 years. There's a minimum of 2 years. You got to be in the military of your country.
Yeah,
don't have
I
a
think
problem with
Daryl's
that.
actually going to come. I think Daryl's actually going to come across the street.
I have no problem with people supporting this
Too
country.
bad we can't look out the window anymore.
I have no problem with people coming across the border legally and supporting the country.
Okay.
And there's a lot of people that feel that way.
The thing is you can make numbers look anything you want, any way you want. But the housing market, a family today trying to buy a house today, it's literally impossible for them to do that.
Prices are ridiculous.
The GFP index denotes the United States as a top 5 global military power. 2024, United States is ranked number 1 out of 144 countries considered for the annual GFP review. The national holds an index score of 0.0699. A score of 0 is considered perfect.
That's funny because they're struggling to get people to enlist.
Yeah, I guess reality would be different. Yeah.
DM Foley says, who will be here Monday, by the way. She is a local author. And
Oh, was
we've
she?
had her on a
She
couple
was in here
times.
one,
A couple times.
Okay, yeah.
Even when we were in the other studio,
Yeah.
she was over there. She goes, there are a lot of countries that have compulsory military service for its citizens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think this should be required.
Yes.
2 years is a lot. And you learn a lot about yourself and you become self-sufficient.
Yeah, that's why I think it should be 4, because that's how college education for a bachelor's is 4 years. I think if you want, and then they should have. I was thinking about this last night. What do you think about having federal instead of state school, federal schools, and then you do 4 years in the military, and you can get your diploma or degree or whatever.
Then we're China.
There's state schools.
Huh?
Yeah, state schools.
No. I don't know. I think that's getting more socialism.
Because you have to
I
earn
don't
it.
think so.
You have to earn it.
All right, here's another. Let's throw another candidate out there that probably will never happen. But
Who's it?
no, I haven't said it yet.
I don't know about the Democratic. I don't-
No, you know this person. We're gonna start calling him Republican Rich, Democratic Daryl. I want to see them two go at it. I want to see these two guys go. What about Oprah Winfrey?
I said that last night. Actually, I think she was, out of anybody that anybody mentioned, I think she would probably be the best Democratic candidate.
Is she going to run? Probably not.
I haven't heard any her mentioning that.
I heard her mentioned.
Yeah.
The only reason I think she would be a good Democratic candidate is because she would probably fund her own campaign because she has the money to do so. If she wouldn't be like Trump on the Republican side,
Yeah.
she's not. She wouldn't be foregoing. She wouldn't be owing to anybody in the Senate. Or the
And,
Congress.
and the other thing too is he's never been a so-called legislator.
Yep.
She
Yeah.
comes out of.
Seems to be a popular thing now.
It would be
Yeah.
a popular thing, though. You're right.
A lot of people are tired of
They get a free
long
car.
legislators.
You got a free car.
And a jet. Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of them.
Probably got her own jets.
Free Tulsa. Tulsa.
Tulsa, yeah. The Tulsas are
Yeah.
big there, Paul.
Well, you get your fleet of jets, you got your fleet of
We got
cars.
Paul
There's
Biden
rich-
over here.
These rich people got all these cars in their garage, air conditioning, and all that
An
stuff.
electric powered motorcade.
Paul Biden in his Tulsa.
Yeah, how about an electric,
Tesla.
an electric powered motorcade?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how long that would
Yeah.
last with the weight of those cars.
Well, Mercy still got her Volkswagen.
Kevin Cunningham said, Cunningham. See, I can't do it either. So. I'd take a free bike.
Oh, there you go. You can't ride a bike. Wait a minute.
No.
Yeah.
I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. So I don't know. There's just some couple candidates. So what other candidates do you think that would be? Even look, you pick anybody. You've never heard them, in the. Let's just go hog wild with this thing. Who do you think would be a good president? The Rock. Would he be a good president?
I don't think any movie star would be
Okay.
because we don't have reality.
Okay.
So
So Arnold
again, none of the
Schwarzenegger
people
would not be a good
run
president.
anyway, do.
I mean, he couldn't be president because he's not
That's
naturally.
Schwarzenegger. Yeah, he thought about running, but
Can't.
So would he have?
He's
been
a citizen, but he
All right.
wasn't born in America.
Well, I heard-
Jesse Ventura.
He was Minnesota a couple years
I heard Schwarzenegger didn't do good in California.
Okay.
Well, you guys,
That's all I heard,
you
but I
guys
don't know.
forget Reagan was an actor,
Well, yes.
Back then, yeah.
Yes,
and he was a.
But you just said I don't think. And
Well, I
Reagan
think
was one of our best presidents.
He
we've
was
ever
also
had.
he was also governor for quite a
Right,
while.
he was
too.
a
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Schwarzenegger.
He was one or two terms.
He was 3, was he not?
was he that long?
I think it
I
was
don't know.
one or two terms. I think.
I heard,
Well,
There's a lot
after the
of-
first one, he goes, "I'll be back," and he was. So
but I heard a lot of people weren't happy with him in California. But,
you're
and that
not going
must
to
have been
find.
he must be doing good then.
Well, he was Republican. too, So.
Yeah, so that wouldn't even fit a
Yeah,
Democratic candidate.
yeah. So, but California's even got their own problems. Southern California hates Northern California. Central California doesn't like either one of them. So it's like, they're even broke up about just like
Oh,
us.
really? Yeah.
You got
East and West. Yeah.
East and West Connecticut, right?
2 terms.
2 terms.
He was 2 terms.
How about a
16
Kennedy?
years.
Are there any other Kennedys
JFK
in there?
Jr.
Yeah.
They don't for some reason his entire family is against him. I don't know what the reason is. But entire family is against him. They won't. So I don't know.
I don't know what they're going to do. I think what they need to do is that there's a little talk last week or last weekend about a mini primary, run a mini primary, and the problem that they have is all the funds that was raised by Biden Harris campaign. I believe they can only use it if Harris runs.
Okay.
Access to it, right?
Depends on how it's signed for. I don't know.
So-
Yeah.
I don't know how they run that. Any other candidates? I mean, we're all saying no. Just think of somebody that you think, oh, you know what, that might be a good presidential candidate. And it's really kind of sad that we haven't thought that way. We never had to think that way back in the day, right? Now we got to think, oh my God, who's going to run? It's going to be like, come on, we'll pick you on our
Well,
team. Oh, I don't want to play.
Somebody who's a moderate, right? And the big thing is I'm not a big fan of the current Democratic progressive policies. That's my biggest problem. My feeling is whoever gets it's going to be still pushing these progressive far left policies.
What about an Obama?
He can't run.
He can't run. He had 2 terms.
He had 2 terms as president.
Yeah.
He could be a VP.
He can be a VP.
That'll be the first time I guess.
Yeah, and if something happened, he would actually be
He could.
installed
Yeah.
as he'd finish out the term. He wouldn't be able to run again.
Yeah.
Or if Michelle went ahead and resigned.
That's the scary part. You got to think about who would go back in office.
I'm just
you know.
saying, there are a lot of people that are. I mean, Obama's still very popular.
I don't understand why, because he was the worst president in U.S. history.
Because he gave away the farm.
Huh?
Because he gave away the farm.
See, I don't agree with that. With Obama being the worst, I think Joe Biden is the worst president we've ever had.
I think I say Obama was the worst because of how much he divided the country.
People forget how much it was divided at the time. It's funny how people have short-term memories.
Always right.
Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban?
That's right along the Trump line, to be honest with you.
Uh-huh.
He's a bit of a. He gets
Okay.
upset when his team loses.
I just threw a name out there. I don't
The
know.
Mavericks?
Is he?
I don't think
is
he sold it.
Is he a Republican?
I don't know what he is.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
How about this one right here? Ready? Donut drops one. I'll put it in the room. George Clooney. He talks a good game, he says. Let him step up. That was Donut.
Oh, George Clooney. Yeah.
He's
He
too
wouldn't be
busy.
interested in
He's
that.
too busy chasing his coffee.
No, he's. Oh, they'll find somebody.
I think you're going to find it's going to be.
How about AOC?
She would have her following.
Oh yeah, she
And
would.
she might even get a groundswell. Daryl says if we're naming celebs, how about Jon Stewart? He was on Comedy, so he's on
Yeah,
Comedy Central.
yeah, he was.
You're a very political comedian.
Bruh. Probably know my face. Huh?
You would.
I think it's
Probably
going to
see
be.
him. I've tried to
I think
stomach his
it's going to
show,
find
but I
it's
don't.
going to be two women
You think it's going to be two ladies? Okay.
because they never had a woman president,
Huh?
and I think that a lot of people are ready for a woman president.
Okay.
Find
You got to find the right one instead of just throwing a woman up there because they're a woman. That's the problem.
no, unfortunately, that's what's going to probably happen.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are a lot of good
So
candidates.
there's a lot of great women candidates, but you
Absolutely.
got to
But
stop
they're
sending,
but they're going to pick popularity.
stop using popularity, right? So using people
Right.
with common sense.
Let's see if I can doctor this up.
Now what's he doing?
Uh,
So anyway,
Two Connecticut
something.
senators.
Oh God,
There it is.
Murphy and
Kathy.
Blumenthal.
Like,
All
I
hail!
doctored-
All hail!
Obama is very confident, well spoken, and charming. That sucks a lot of. Are we talking about Barry or are we talking about Michelle?
I don't think she's the charmer. He's
I never heard of
Oh,
it.
He
she's
has-
not. No.
he has the charisma. He has the charisma, and that's what
He does,
made him.
yeah.
That's how he won.
Yeah.
But then when he gets to do it, that's when he'll fall apart.
That's how he won. He has the charisma.
There were some things that he did that were good, but the majority of them,
I did vote for Obama.
I voted for him the first time.
Yeah.
But I think he divided the country too much, and he hates cops. He hates,
Yeah,
and that's not a good thing to put in the United States. Otherwise, you're going to have exactly what happened. And
exactly.
I will
what's
never
happening.
vote for him again.
People are walking in the stores, stealing stuff, and walking out, and nobody's stopping them.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
It was in the news yesterday. A 24-year-old female Norwich police officer
I thought it.
was arrested for shoplifting from Walmart.
Larceny 6. Yeah.
$118.
That was the
Was it
second
stuff?
time.
Wow.
Was it?
Yes. Well, not second time.
The
she
first
was
time she got
arrested.
caught, I think.
First time she got caught, they had video of the second, or the first time that she actually did it, and then the second time.
Yeah. Wow. So she, I believe the press release said that she was suspended pending review. She's only been in the police force for 3 years. She's a young girl.
24.
She's a girl. She's a young girl. You know, so was the pressure too much? Being a
Oh.
Norwich cop with all the shootings.
A
And,
lot of people just do that because it makes them feel. It's a psychological thing.
right? Maybe it was just a good job with good benefits. You know what I mean? They're thinking
Great
that.
job
you know?
with benefits.
Huh?
Yeah. It's a great job with benefits
Right.
and plenty of overtime.
Exactly.
So
So, but is it too much for a young man or woman?
with pressure.
She came into the job at 21. How much? I mean, really? I can think of a couple of 21 year olds that I would never want to see put on a uniform
Or have a gun.
or have a gun? Is it too much pressure? Norwich is
Thinking
not
they
an
gotta go
easy
through-
town.
Sure, they got to do some psych tests and all this other stuff.
They do.
Okay,
Right?
great.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
I've
never
seen
know.
some things. I mean,
Yeah.
how many things have you seen?
I
At
wouldn't
that
want to
age?
be. I wouldn't want to be a cop.
No.
No way.
But what I'm saying is that, I mean, Paul, really, how would you feel if a 21-year-old cop pulled you over?
I feel like, wow.
Hi, Grandpa.
Yeah.
Hey, Grandpa.
Hi,
you were
great
speeding a little bit.
grandpa.
Well, it too.
Seriously, how would you feel if a 21-year-old rookie pulled you over?
Well, I don't know if I'd feel any different, but I would be surprised how young they were. That's for sure. You know,
You'd still be
today,
respectful.
a lot of people who I see today, oh man, they're pretty young, but they're not really young. You know, I look at when I look at some folks, especially people in the 25 to 30s. Oh my God, those guys are young. You know, and they never looked that way before. You know, as you
Yeah.
get older, you look, wow. You know,
Okay.
So what age would you make him a police officer?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I would think 25 and up.
I don't know.
I think that would at least give you,
Life experience?
yeah, some.
I don't know.
I think at 21 years old, you're still living in mom's house.
Hey,
You
you're
know,
old-
and don't want to pay the way.
Hey, you want to know something? You're old enough to go get a rifle and go fight for your country. You know,
Well,
that was the big thing about voting. For they made it like 21 years old for a lot of
If
states.
it was a 21, 22-year-old, I would say, okay, or 20, if you served 4 years in the military, okay, fine, I probably wouldn't have a problem with it. But I think a 21-year-old, still living at mommy's house, who, probably just, ended up working at
Well,
the
I think-
campground for the summer.
like we were
And-
saying, their mentality today at that age is different than it was when even we were younger. Or I was younger.
But some 21-year-olds, they got a head on their shoulders.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know,
They do.
There's a lot of them that are really right. And she went through the police academy, I'm sure.
She had
They-
to. She
yeah,
had to.
so
Sure.
she was qualified. She wouldn't have graduated.
I'm going to get targeted by a bunch of 21, 22 cops.
I think there's a lot of aspects to it.
So Laura does, Paul, basically that comment that you made, really, she just pretty much came out with what you said. She goes, everyone carries himself differently.
Yeah.
She goes, I know plenty of 21-year-olds that are very mature and respectful.
Right.
Then there's the other ones.
Yeah.
So what's the percentage of other ones are they hiring?
I work with a lot of people on both sides.
Are they just trying to find bodies?
There's some that they're just trying to hire. Yes, fill the shifts.
Mhm.
And there's some 21-year-olds that have absolutely no life experience and then go to calls and make judgments based on their life experience, which is nothing,
which is minimal.
and things don't go well. And then you have some that say carry themselves very well, but looking on the other side, there's some that have been there for 20 years do the same thing.
Mhm.
So I mean, it's
Yeah.
catch 22.
Kathy says I wouldn't limit based on age. There could be some very qualified people at a younger age you might miss out on. Yeah, but I think the percentage
Lower.
that is very low
It's lower.
compared to.
But I think that's when, like you said, the military experience. But then you got to look at, there are some police departments, or not police departments, but the public that are saying, well, they don't want veterans as police officers. Because they come back with a militaristic outlook on life, and you're saying it's affecting how they're being treated in the public.
DM Foley, again, who will be on here Monday, talking about her book tour, and also there's some special stuff that we'll get into that on Monday, because I think it isn't an age thing. I know several 18 to 21-year-olds that have what it takes to do that job.
Now he's backtracking. Backpedaling big time.
I'm just no, sir. I'm reading comments.
Oh, okay.
Why I make sure I say
Hey.
this person, this person, this person.
He's going to go out there and his car's going to be egged.
That's why I said, I'm going to be targeted by, some young boy.
Well, it's a good thing you don't have the stickers on your car yet. That's all. That's here. Yeah.
Let's see. Cindy says, "Oh, go ahead, Paul."
What are you going to do when they move out?
I think he's a little biased right now. He's 20, 22 years old, so he's living it right now. So there you go. And you're right. And you go through, when you go through the academy and you become a cop, there's a lot of things you have to go through so they can make sure you're mentally and physically fit, to be able to do those duties. So, it's similar to the military. You go through boot camp stuff. They run you through all these mental games and physical fitness stuff to see if you can hack it. So,
Cindy says you'll always hear more about the bad apples than you'll ever hear about the mature respectable apples. Right. Which is true, but I still think if you put, 100 in a bucket, you're going to find a lower percentage.
So what I'm finding now at my age now, Mike, is that almost all the even the 25 to 30-year-old cops look like 20-year-olds to me right now. Do you? Tractor Supply, yeah, we know about that one. So I'll take your seat for a while.
Daryl, the Healthy Computer, School Street, Jewett City.
Yeah, we're not going to get in an argument with Daryl, are we?
No, because I wouldn't care if they're 21 or 35. If they dedicate themselves to a profession and doing the job properly, it should be respected.
I like Daryl. He's a funny guy. He's great. He's great guy.
That's good, funny stuff there, Daryl. Teasing. All right, I want to take a quick break. We'll get more into the subject in a minute, and keep it right here, everyone. And hope you check out some of our sponsors, like, of course, the Burns Agency in Norwich and in Dayville. You'll buy better at Burns, as you can see. Their logo, top right of our screen, and it's also like right behind me over here. So right there, the Burns Agency in Dayville and in Norwich. Thank you for sponsoring Norwich Sea Unicorns baseball as well, being one of our main sponsors. Jay Burns is he's a very supportive guy. This is a guy that's the epitome of support local. He does
good.
There's no way you can dispute that. Also, Strain Family Motors over in Lisbon. We just picked up our new car from Strain Family Motors and let it up pretty soon and all that. So we shall be back. You're going to say something?
No. You put an upside down pineapple in one of the windows or something?
Here we go again. No. Get back in a minute on SNSN.
Better it burns.
Much better.
So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns.
You buy better, it burns. You buy better.
The Burns Agency is a full-service organization with insurance products ranging from business owner policy needs to personal insurance like home, auto, and umbrella. Some companies can make that a one-stop shop. That's why we value partnering with insurance companies like Arbella Insurance. Like us, they offer a range of insurance coverage for our valued clients. Having your most valuable assets covered by a single insurance carrier, serviced by a local agent, is priceless. The Burns Agency proudly partners with Arbella to bring you insurance coverage at competitive pricing. The Burns Agency, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
Much better.
Better it burns.
Much better.
So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns.
You buy better, it burns. You buy better.
Has arrived. They're your local auto super center. Put some excitement in your day and rent a Polaris Slingshot from Strain Family Motors, adjacent to the Green Onion Restaurant on River Road. Check out Strain Family Motors Super Center on Facebook as well as strainfamilymotors.com for everything sales, service, and excitement. River Road, Lisbon, Strain Family Motors, your local auto super center.
City Savings Bank's commitment to helping local businesses fuel growth was recognized by the Small Business Administration and readers of the Commercial Record. We invite you to put our winning commercial lending team to work for your business. Because when local businesses succeed, we all win. To learn more, visit jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Dentist. In a word, yes. Especially if that dentist is Dr. Katzoff and the staff at Griswold Dental Associates. They follow all the latest safety protocols while doing what they do best, taking care of you. From preventive to restorative, your dental care couldn't be in better hands. To schedule your appointment, call Griswold Dental Associates today, 860-376-2626. That's 860-376-2626.
Why are we getting killed like this?
Kyle's not here. Got caught drinking beer in the park a couple of nights ago.
Really?
Yeah, 0 tolerance. He's out for the season.
Harsh.
Hey, he knew not to drink. We've made that clear to all of our kids, right?
No, not really.
Bill, if we don't tell them what we expect and why they shouldn't drink, how are they going to know?
Talk. They hear you. For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
All right, good morning. Welcome back. And oh my God, Rich and Wayne have changed seats.
Rich is back from his drill. This is a drill. Don't respond.
Don't respond. Don't respond. So we have some good activity from people out there.
Yeah,
like who's
a little more controversial
for president who they don't want to see on a local level and stuff. So. And you think, Wayne, have you thought of anybody else that you might want to throw down there? Throw down that rabbit hole? Because really, it's really all that it is, right? We're just looking down a rabbit hole.
Yeah. So it really got it's all been Biden. So it's like I haven't really looked at who else is out there Democrat wise to, think it would be a good candidate.
So, Paul, let me ask you a question. Yeah. You are the same age as the president.
Yep.
So you know what your cognitive abilities are. Mm-hmm. Do you think President Biden has those cognitive abilities from what you've seen?
I think he's worse than I am. I mean, I
don't think you have any problem. I think you're
I think
quick as a whip, dude. I don't think there's.
Yeah, he's got some issues. I mean, when you get to be up in age, you do forget, what that guy's name, what this guy's name. It's just part of being old. Yeah. But some of the things he comes out.
I do that now.
Yeah. And I just think that's,
forget things like where'd you put your car keys, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that. But, and then miss. Well, look what I just did. I call Tesla or whatever like that.
Oh, that's nothing, dude. I mispronounce things all the time.
But those kinds of things just happen,
But you're not running the country.
But I'm not running
You're not
the country.
leader of the free
and I would
world.
never even consider it
I think
at my age.
the thing is that's not a problem. Everybody forgets stuff. The problem is
That's true.
He's showing obvious signs of dementia.
When you're on a national stage and you confuse Zelensky with Putin. And Vice President Trump, and Kamala Harris, and all that stuff. It's just not. It's not a good look. For the country.
Yeah,
I'm not even just looks. The guy has a minute to decide if he's going to start a nuclear war.
Yeah,
I mean that's a stat. That's a confirmed thing. You have a minute to decide if you're going to start a nuclear war, and having to explain to him again what a nuclear war is not a good thing.
That's not a good thing. No.
So.
Yeah. No, you're right. I personally think that the Democrats, got to choose somebody that's going to bring this country back together again.
Right.
And that doesn't necessarily mean the people that we talked about. If they can find somebody that is willing to do that and start getting this all back together again and understand the issues, they got a shot.
In the middle of the road.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the person we need to find.
Oh.
If they're smart, they find him. Her or him.
It was interesting last night. I watched part of Trump's speech last night. And his speech was a lot along the lines of unity.
Yeah.
Bringing the country back together. And we need to have that in either candidate that's running. Because right now we're so divided and can't even have sane discussions amongst each other about the topics that we need to look at, whether it's economy, military, immigration, abortion,
right,
any of those things, right? So you know, I tried to have conversations with, you know, everybody on those topics, and it's hard to have those. I can have those discussions with Paul and Rich. I try to have those discussions with somebody in their 20s. It's impossible, you know, depending on which way they look.
Mm-hmm.
I will give you the. I think you're right there.
Mm-hmm.
It is very, very difficult.
Yep.
You know, and one of the things, and tell me if you guys have this, it's kind of along with what you're saying, is that not just politics, but the main problem I have with that generation is that they're not wrong ever, according to them.
Mm-hmm.
And they will fight you and fight you and fight you.
Yeah.
You know, and they throw all these terms down that really, if they got no fight in the game, then they'll call you a racist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a fucking clue what a racist is.
Right.
They have no clue.
Nope.
You know, oh, because there was a statue. Look, sport, that's not racist. You know, oh, you're a racist. You know, you've never been oppressed.
Neither of any of them.
Yeah. So don't tell me. You know, I will look right at them and say, you don't know what a racist is. You know, watch Archie Bunker for 3 episodes and then tell me what you think.
Yeah.
And the other thing is too is that I think all 4 of us really, you know, kind of grew up in that generation where there were a lot of words that you could say and they weren't bad. They weren't, but now they've all been canceled to be look like something else.
You're offending me.
Right.
That's the whole thing.
So
I'm
what
offended.
I can't wait for is for the new generation have their kids.
Oh, yeah.
Start telling them that they're wrong
Yep.
and they're wrong and everything that they said was wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't say that. You can't do that. And here they are sitting there going, what do we say? What do we talk about? We can't.
Mm-hmm.
We can't talk about this person. We can't talk about that. We can't talk about Native Americans because it's wrong.
Right.
We can't call them Indians, right? You can't call midgets. We grew up with that.
Yeah.
That was something we grew up with.
Can't call the homeless.
Exactly. They're unhoused,
What's the difference?
right? Okay. So now we can learn like we're like straight
In 10
dogs.
years, you can't call them unhoused anymore. You call them, I don't know,
You can't
displaced,
say unalive.
displaced or whatever. I don't know. You know, it'll be something else. So here's an example.
I know a midget.
You
He
remember?
says I'm a midget.
Yeah.
He goes, I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
I'm a little midget.
What's what kills me is nobody ever asked those people if they were offended.
No, I know.
Yeah.
So you get a minority that says, "Oh, it's offending," but most of the people are like, "Really?" So Blazing Saddles, remember that movie?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we were talking when I was working at Millstone. We talked about some of the stuff, and we talked. Some of those older guys talked about Blazing Saddles, and then some of the younger guys were like, "Oh, that's a real racist movie," and I'm like, "Really, really? You need to watch it." The reason Mel Brooks made that movie was so we could laugh at ourselves.
Right.
At racism, because that's all it was about. It was all about how silly we look when we put, talk about blacks and whites and whatever color you are.
Yeah,
and it was one of the funniest movies I ever saw at that time. Right.
Yeah.
And
Go to History of the World Part 1.
Yeah, same
A
thing.
Mel Brooks movie.
Yeah.
It's we're wrong.
Same thing with
And
All
they're
in the
all right.
And All in the Family was the same way.
Huh?
Archie was
All
a
the
bigot,
Families, yeah.
but we laughed at some of the annex he went through,
Yeah.
and it woke people up about racism and bigotry and stuff like that.
What
right?
about John Amos on Good Times?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
George Jefferson.
Yep.
There were more African Americans on TV
Right.
that were racist more than white people.
Yeah, and then they learned.
And it was comedy.
Right.
And we all understood it was fun.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Archie Bunker running today?
Not happening.
Nope.
Not happening.
Probably
Or
locked-
George Jefferson.
No.
Yeah.
They'd be
Nope.
locked up.
Huh?
They'd be locked up because all that stuff's criminal offenses now.
They have polarized this country even more than
Right.
it was in the 70s.
But you know when all that started, which brought me back to why I was saying that. And also, from what I noticed, it started in the Obama era when he was president.
Yeah.
That's why I would say that.
Well, the programming takes a
Yeah.
while. Yeah. Yeah. All I know is that we're wrong about everything we do, but they're not paying for oil.
Well,
So anyway, have a good day, everybody. We will see you once again next Monday right here on SN.